All right, we're good to go. How's everybody doing tonight? Tonight, this afternoon. I guess it's still evening for me, so good. All right. My name is Joshua Nelson, and I am an independent prover with the company Pruvit. Anything I say here is of my own opinion and own admission, and not that of Pruvit Ventures. So got that out of the way. Wanted to make the disclaimer. First and foremost, let's go to a place of gratitude. I'm going to challenge everybody to reach out to somebody that they've been thinking about and haven't talked to, and just say, hey, I miss you and I love you. That's it. That's all you got to say. So let's take about 10 seconds to do that. I'm going to text my brother because I'm a bad brother and I need to definitely text him. So. All righty. So hopefully everybody's sent all the love, heart emojis out and getting all the feels. We are in Christmas time, so it's a good time to reach out anyway. So before I get started, I want to do some miss you, love you too, Jess. I want to do recognition. Got a lot here. So Heather Harold and I'm going to butcher this, Ronicus Maximus for committing. That's an awesome name, by the way. For committing to Phoenix. Their first corporate event, Hannah-Bama. Is that somebody's real name? Or is it just Hannah? Because it's awesome, it rhymes. For breaking through her self-doubt and coming to San Diego Mastermind tonight. Heather Kolke for switching from loyal customer, getting a max experience yesterday, and already planning events. Dang, crushing it. Donna Puccini, hopefully I'm saying that right, for always staying engaged and being consistent and for holding me accountable. All right, I like that. Jade Covered for already setting 2019 goals. Way to go, Jade. That is definitely something I need to do more of. Whoop, whoop. Don Cadwell for putting the squad on check. Ooh, yes, she did. So definitely put the squad on check. So, and of course, I want to just recognize Catherine Cox, Patricia Cook, and Joanne Hernandez. They've all committed to coming to Epic in Phoenix. So everybody's really excited. That was their first event in January. So now that I've taken up a lot of time, flipping my lips, we'll get to the topic at hand. So I was actually asked this morning to run the Zoom and kind of give some input on some stuff. So I made a very generalized topic per se with just getting out and assimilating and getting around your local environment or an environment on the road. So whether you travel a lot or, you're a homebody, what have you, it is important to get out and get in front of people. And so I'll start with a little bit of a story, and I won't take too much time up, but in January this year, so coming up on a year ago, I was asked by Brian to come down to the Kentucky house that he's got down there, about 2 blocks away from Pruvit headquarters. And I was going to help him move into the new house and do some work and just get around the environment. We all know how that goes. We're all going, a bunch of us are going to Epic. We know how it is to get around the environment and the people that are pushing us forward. We're rhinos, not cows, right? So I was like, yeah, I'd love to. I was thinking I'd be gone for a week or two. And ended up being on the road for like 3 months. Now, that's not for everybody because I'm a single man. I don't have children, I don't have a wife, no kids, no nothing like that. So I was able to take that. But I got on the road. I got to Louisville, and I didn't know anybody. Now, everybody thinks that me and Brian being best friends, he helps me out a lot, and he's there. And he does, 100%. And everybody that knows Brian can definitely reach out to him. Doesn't matter if you're a brand new prover or you're a legend, you can always reach out to Brian. He will make time for you. He's just as busy as he is, which is insane to me. But what people don't know about this trip is I got there, and within 24 hours, Brian left. He left. He was gone. He was like, all right, I'll be back in like a couple days. I was like, I know how that goes. So I was there in Louisville, Kentucky by myself, not knowing a soul. And so I am, I like to become a homebody. Despite what people think, I like to kind of stay at home and recharge. I live in the middle of the woods and I actually kind of enjoy it. But I was challenged by Brian to get out there and meet new people. And he was like, I want you to meet all he did was meet one brand new person a day. And so I was like, okay, one brand new person a day. And so I was like, well, there's a gym, which is, a logical one for me to go to. And so I went to the gym and his name's Jason. And Jason, if you ever meet him, doesn't stop talking. He doesn't stop talking. Like, he just keeps going. I don't know how he does it. It's amazing. But he's doing stuff. He's helped plant a church. He has a nonprofit. He knows a bunch of people. He's been on TD Jakes' show for this nonprofit. I mean, it's crazy. Like, he's grown up in Louisville. And so I was like, hey, man, just take me with you. Let's go do stuff. And so we went, I have a list here. We went to other gyms. We went to coffee shops. We played mini golf. We went, I did a boxing class. I did everything. And Jason introduced me to a ton of people. And granted, I did a lot of it on my own as well. I was talking, I was meeting new people. If you ask me and you ask anybody in the neighborhood, sorry, brain fart, the neighborhood, Norton Commons, which is Pruvit headquarters is located inside of, which is a fantastic neighborhood. I know everybody that works in every building there. I'm not kidding. I know more about the neighborhood, I guarantee, than Brian Underwood does, and he lives there. I know the people that work at the restaurants. I know the shops. I know the people that walk dogs. Like, it's crazy. I just introduced myself to everybody. And so I was on a mission to meet a lot of people. And so if guys were on that last Zoom, and if you haven't got it, hopefully catch the replay Brian was talking about, it's catching momentum. And this is an easy way to catch momentum. A lot of people think, like, I got to catch momentum because I got to plan a mixer. I got to set up a meetup. And Brian is going over the 8, he's gone over them a couple times. He's been going over the 8 community events, and they're fantastic, but they can seem very intimidating. They can, right? Like, we all got to plan a mixer, and I got to do a social, and how do I plan this meetup? And so those seem a little intimidating. So this is kind of I guess per se, an easy button, in my opinion, into kind of transferring into the 8 easy community-based marketing events that we have with Pruvit. And so that's just getting out and meeting people. I think Nick, I don't see Nick. I was going to call on him and ask him, but I'll let you guys know that Nick's come down a couple times to Kentucky. And what have we done? We've done a ton of stuff. We went to Call of the Wild. I think it's called Call of the Wild. It's a karaoke bar. I didn't sing karaoke for those that doesn't know. It was on 4th Street Live in downtown Louisville, Kentucky. If he hops on, I'll let him tell the story. But when he gets around me or I get around him, we go do things. They're not necessarily just keto events. They're not necessarily like, we have this mission, we're going to talk to everybody and sell them all 5 days. We're just living life. And so when I actually started to wrap my head around that, and I started to see a lot of success in that, because, side note, on my team in Louisville, I enrolled Jason, and then from Jason, I enrolled about 20 other people in less than 2 months. Just from meeting people, getting around environments, going and doing life. Like, we threw in a mixer event one time, and then when we were done, all the promoters, or the half a dozen of us, we went to a bounce house. There was children there, because some of them had children. It wasn't just a bunch of adults going to a bounce house, but we went to a bounce house. And so it was a lot of fun. I went live. Like, we had a lot of fun. And so a lot of people will start to associate, especially if you're trying to enroll people, whether they be customers or promoters, and you're just like, let's go live life. Let's go do things. Heck, I'll call him right now because I'm seeing him right now. Kevin you watch his Instagram feed, like, he's out doing a ton of stuff. I don't know how you talk about ketones going to the nightclub, but he's out doing stuff. He's going everywhere. He's talking to people. Like, I love that, because as soon as I started to see that come to fruition in my life, I actually started to understand that I can have a lot of fun doing this. It's no longer stressful in planning an event. It's no longer stressful in doing the meetup or saying the right things. We're just going to go and live life. And so before anybody goes, well, I'm an introvert or I'm an extrovert. Like, I hear that all the time. And trust me, I was one of those people that kind of like claimed to be, well, I'm a homebody. I do like homebodies. And I know there's a lot of science to introverts and extroverts. 100%. To give you guys a little bit of neuroscience, I actually had to look this up on the Google. Basically, there are two sides of the hemisphere that the brain will gravitate. You'll gravitate to, whether you're an introvert or an extrovert. So the extrovert will gravitate to the sympathetic side, which is basically the gas pedal. And it's the gas pedal that will give you the dopamine release for the fight or flight, right? They want more of it. They want to, you guys meet Michael Rutherford. He is a extrovert to the max. Brian is an extrovert. I don't think he can like be alone. Like, he just needs a lot of people all around him all the time. Then there are introverts. Introverts actually want to gravitate to the parasympathetic side. I'm probably butchering these, but basically this is the brake pedal. And so this will enact rest and relaxation and digestion and all this stuff. It's from acetylchlorine, butchered it again. Essentially what I'm saying is the whole thing is about recharging. So if you are an introvert and you know that, because I have introvert tendencies too, the way to bypass this and get out and go meet people and go do life is to start with your tank full. So we just went over in one of the last Zooms about the morning, the miracle morning, right? So start with your tank full. Get lots of rest. Start by filling up and reading. Do whatever you got to do. Gratitude, prayer, meditation. Start with your tank full. If you're an extrovert, you won't even care. Like, you'll just want to go out and do things. So I wanted to kind of squash that objection, because I know a lot of people will object to that and be like, oh, I'm an introvert and expert. Like, basically take the charge and then go out and live life, because this is the fun part. We get to do this. It's that terminology. It's no longer I have to do this. I get to do this. Because I'm going to tell you right now, I have been skydiving. I've seen Yosemite. I've been to the Rockies game. I've seen the Broncos play. I've see the Seahawks play. I've been to, I mean, I could probably name a million things here, but it's just, and then just small things. Like I said, the bounce house, mini golf, boxing, whatever. I've done more in my last year of my life than I have done in my entire life. I'm going to promise you right there, because I'm getting out and doing it. And so people always ask me, how are you so good at the conversation? Well, guess what? I get out and I meet people and I talk to them, and I fail at this conversation about 1,000,000 times. I still fail. I still talk. I still jumble over my lips and blah, 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 blah. Like, I don't even know. I'm like, I'll say things and I'll be like, oh, that's not compliant. I got to retract that. So I mess up this conversation, but the better I get at it is because I am out and I'm about and I'm meeting people. I'm going to my churches. I'm going to community outreach. I'm you know, like and this is, like I said, this, once you start to realize this is a lot of fun, then you can start to understand that these 8 community events can be a blast. And the better you are at getting out and meeting people and shaking hands and kissing babies and doing the whole 9 yards and just talking about ketones, these events get crazy, right? They get a lot of fun, right? Like, Nick Couch is an extrovert, 100%. Like, and he's a blue personality to the core, but he is always talking about ketones. And he's always out talking to people. And if you go to his events, they're a lot of fun. Why? Because Nick is always in action. I would call him massive action couch. So he's somebody to kind of get with if you're like, I don't know how to do this. Like, just go say, hey, Nick, what do you do on a normal day-to-day basis? I promise you'll be exhausted. You'll drink about 12 ketones in one day. It'll be crazy. But Jess knows what I'm talking about. She deals with it all. So to wrap this up, I'm going to make it short and I'm going to make it sweet, because some of us have been on another Zoom and I don't want to take up everybody's night. Everybody's always kind of like, well, what do I do? I don't have, you know, like, do I have to plan a vacation? Do I have to do all these crazy things? I went on Google. Forbes list Google for a staycation includes the beach or the pool, going on a bike ride, which I actually did. Me and Nick rode, well, we didn't ride tandem, but we did go on a big bike ride when we were in San Diego, in California together. Go watch a movie, go watch a show, go find a show. Let's see. Go to the shopping mall. I mean, people are bored there. They're working their jobs. Most likely they hate them. And so if you go to there and you're shopping and you meet them, be shaking up ketones. We're doing all the crazy things, like do the Nick Couch thing where he flaps the ketones all over the place. Kevin, you better be talking to everybody you meet at the club about ketones. That's all I got to say. You're going to be hungover tomorrow, drink some ketones. Call you tomorrow. Like that's how it should go, right? It should flow off your tongue. But the more you're out and talking about it, and just doing some of these activities, you're going to have a lot of fun. I mean, that's the big thing. People are attracted to your energy. They're attracted to what you're doing. They're attracted to having fun, because one thing that Brian did share with me is, and this is something I had to overcome, is because I haven't ever come from like great success. I haven't been a lawyer or a doctor or anything like that, right? And so that can be intimidating to talk to people like that. And I'm with you, right? Like we get around those people and we're like, yeah, they make a lot of money. They probably don't want to talk to me. But the thing is Brian shared with me, he goes, 9 times out of 10, those people don't get the recognition they want at their jobs. They don't have the relationship they want to have at their jobs. And something like Pruvit and what we do is super attractive because we're having fun. We're out doing things. We're high-fiving each other. We're doing daily recognitions on our Zooms. Like people love that and people enjoy that and they want to be a part of that. And so the more you're doing stuff and things, the more your life is just going to be filled with just memories. And along the way, you're going to pick up a lot of people that are going to want to join you in this movement. And I guess last but not least, like everyone asking, well, I don't have a lot of money, or I can't do this, or I don't want to spend a ton, or I'm on a budget. I get it. So am I. I'm on a budget. We're traveling from Alaska is definitely not cheap. I'll let you know that right now. So I went on Google again. Google's amazing. If you're not using Google, I use Google for workouts, by the way. So, I mean, don't let a pro like me that has been working out my entire life, I'm not too prideful to get on YouTube and find some stuff. So Google is amazing. So I Googled free stuff to do. And I'm going to actually do some of this stuff. Go to a museum. Well, it's not really summertime, but you can go on a picnic if you're in warm weather, like San Diego. Go on a picnic. You can Google free events that are happening locally in your area. And then free walking tours. And if you're in a warm area, then you go on a walk. Heck, we're at Christmas time. Go Christmas caroling. I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of different things to do. So get out there, go do some stuff, and go meet some people. And along the way, you're going to build your tribe. 100%. I promise you, there is what is it? The terminology, success leaves clues, right? And so a part of my success journey has been just getting out of my comfort zone and going and meeting people. It had nothing to do with me being an introvert or an extrovert. It just had something to do with me sitting in my comfort zone and not wanting to get out there and extend myself. And once I did, I've had so much fun. It's insane. It's insane. And I've accumulated a ton of memories and a ton of people that have joined me in this movement, all the way from guys that are ready to rock and roll to the people that are just kind of passive promoters. Like, that's okay. Like, it's still a lot of fun. So looks like I'm about 20 minutes. I'm up on my time, and I hope everybody has a beautiful and safe evening. I'm going to end the recording